Hello.
Good afternoon, Dr. Francis.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Dr.
Dr.
Francis.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Francis. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right. I hope we all have our MySQL or Microsoft SQL server installed. Yes, do we have our MySQL or Microsoft SQL server installed now?
Yes.
All right, good. Good. All right. So I think we can start now. So let me share my screen. Okay. So by now, at least we have an idea why when you are working with your Excel, you notice that because of its limitations, right? Then you now have to move to a proper database and not use Excel as of a database. Okay. So now what we are going to be looking at is how do we create databases, how do we create tables, how do we manipulate the tables, okay? Then how do you do data analytics with SQL? Okay. So don't forget that you are not learning this as a database administrator. You are learning it as database analyst, as data analyst, right? So which means that certain things that has to do with control, revoking controls, we won't go into those ones, okay? So we just go basically into how do you create tables. Even the creating of tables, you yourself will not, as data analyst, you don't even bother creating those tables, okay? They have already been done for you, but it's just for you to understand the process and why nobody will just allow you just have access to databases, okay? Because sometimes in your organization, these databases have grown over time, right? So they won't just let anybody just go into the database. Okay. So one of the easiest one we're going to start with is MySQL. Okay. MySQL, and you know it's also Oracle. So if I come here to help about Workbench, use is Oracle. Can you see that?
I can't see your screen, Dr. Francis.
Please, sir, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, you can't see my screen. Sharing. Is it sharing?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. If I come here to help about Workbench, so can you see it's Oracle?
Yes.
So this MySQL Workbench is also Oracle, okay? But this is the open source. This is the free version, okay? So you have the Oracle Enterprise. So when you have the Oracle 12G, 13C, 14, right? So those are now the enterprise version, okay? So the SQL we're going to learn is just the basic and it can apply to almost all. Only that we'll try and be switching between MySQL and Microsoft SQL Server. I'll just show you some few things, but the basic things are the same thing, okay? So the only thing that whatever we do here is just to look for the alternative version, how it works. But the concept is the same, irrespective of the platform that you are using, okay? So let's start. So once you have opened the Workbench now, right? So just imagine now, remember the process. So there's a business problem. They have asked questions, right? So you have asked the question. So the next thing you need is what? The data, isn't it? And where do we get that data? Where do we get that data?
From the database.
From the database, isn't it? Okay, so now I have gotten into the database now, right?
Yeah.
I've gotten into the software now. So this is what they call the DBMS, isn't it? Database Management Software. Okay, so it is here that all the database they have been managed. Okay, if you go through, you may not, if you are not familiar with it, it's as if there's no data here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unlike Excel, if I just double click Excel, the whole data will just pop out. right? So with this one, if you like, first of all, you remember that you guys have your password. Please try not to use
Yeah.
that password, but it is harder to break it than your normal Excel. Okay, but there are still ways to go around it, but still try and save your password somewhere, right? Just write it down somewhere so you don't forget. So
Sorry,
now we
Dr.
are
Francis, if you forget, how can you retrieve it?
we'll go and look for how to perform miracle now. We'll go through the command line. So
Okay.
that's back end. All right. So now we are here now. So if I want to check what are the database here, so what do I do? I'll just say show what? Show databases.
Databases.
Remember, any command you write, you must end it with the semicolon. That means that is the end of the syntax. Okay? Then I can run it. I can run it. So can we see the databases here now?
Yes.
Now, okay. Those are the databases. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so now I want to tell. So maybe I'm looking for my customers. Okay, so I can see customer database. So what do I say? Use customer. Okay, let's say use customer. So use customer, what does that tell it? It said, please commit this customer to memory. Because that's what I want to use. So I don't want to be calling customer every time. So I just say use what? Customer, because that's the database I want to use. Okay. So use customer. So it's as if nothing has happened, right? But you will just check. So this is where you write the command, and this is where you see the output. Okay. Now in that database, so remember what I told you guys that a database, a table. I say that a table is like a data. What I say, a database is like a table, but it's more than what a table. So if you see schemas, if you come to schemas, so your schemas is where you have all your databases. Can you see that? So like, can you see on this admin place, if I switch it to schemas, can you see all your database?
Yeah.
Can you see all of them?
Yes.
So if I open one, for example, customer, can you see table is one of the objects. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Because I say use customer, so that's why it's automatically opening customer for me. So you see, under your database, you now have tables, you have views, you have stored procedure, and you have functions. So that's why we say a table is a database is like a table, but more than a table. But only that we are only used to tables. Okay. So most of those tables are the ones that where you store your data. So that's why most time we associate table as a database, but it's more than that. Okay, so you have tables, you have views, you have procedures, you have functions. All right. So what's the next thing to do? Now we have said, okay, use customers. Now what's the next thing?
Show customers.
Show what?
Customer now.
So customers is what? Customer is database, right?
Yeah, okay, show table under customer.
Show table. So when we show tables now, what do you expect to see? When we show tables now, what do you expect to see?
The data
Maybe
contained in the
The
table.
data inside.
Yeah,
Thank
the data
you.
inside the database. Exactly. So I say show tables. Okay, show tables. And I run it. So can I see the tables now?
Yes.
Yes.
These are the tables inside the database. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do, I want to bring out. So I've seen the tables now. So which of the tables am I looking for now?
And do customer information.
Customer, okay.
Customer information.
So select customer information. I'll just say select star. Select star means select star means everything, is it not?
Everything. Yes.
From where?
Everything.
From the
Customer
table. What's the
information.
table?
Information, customer information.
Customer information.
It's like programming.
It's like programming, but not necessary. So that's all. Can you see that?
Yes.
Now, this is what IT people will now do. They will now export the file for you. Now say export. They now say customer information. Now send you,
Information.
and they will now send you an Excel file in your email. This is what they do now. Okay. Are we
Now I
clear
think
with
they've
this?
done some magic.
Yeah, that's all now. Are you clear with this? So let me try and use the same thing for those who have a Microsoft SQL Server. So let me try and share. Okay. So this is Microsoft SQL Server. So I don't know which ones you have downloaded. So some have MySQL, some have Microsoft SQL Server. So you see the same thing, as if nothing is here now. Right?
Yes.
As if nothing is here. So what you do, you come here to new, can you see new query? Can you see new query?
Yes.
Or Control N. Okay. So in most organizations, right? So it now depends on what they use. Okay, some can use Microsoft SQL Server, some can be MySQL, some can be Oracle Enterprise. So it all depends. Okay. In my SQL, what did we type? If you want to see the database here, what did we type?
Show
To
database.
show database.
Database. Is it not? This is what we typed in my SQL.
Yes.
So if I run it, can you see execute F5? Can you see execute?
Yes.
Yes.
So it says what? It doesn't know what you are talking about.
Okay.
Which means
You made mistake. You put databases.
yes, that's what we use now, databases.
Does it mean it has not recognized the?
The
Can you see?
commands.
It does not understand the name. Show.
Okay.
Can you see show is underlined red?
Yes.
So that I said, like, it's just like speaking Igbo, isn't it? We have the typical Igbos and we have the Delta Igbo. They speak similar language, right? But there are some things that are different. Isn't it?
Yes.
So that means that under this case, under my SQL, under this SQL server, it doesn't understand what we call show. But you remember the term select, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means select everything from where? Information. So in his own case, you understand what they call information schema. You know what a schema is?
No.
No, sir.
You remember when I showed you that the
Last week.
database?
Yes.
You know where I showed you just now the databases now, isn't it? So the
Yes.
data, the collection of all those your database is called the schema.
Okay.
You remember when I showed you admin, I clicked on schema and I showed you the list of all the databases there.
Okay.
So that's what they call that schema. Okay. But this is what it understands. So select start from information schema. Okay. Now remember that there's no space. So because there's no space, that's why you're using that underscore. Or alternatively, let me even make it easier. So select start from system.database. I think maybe this will be another one that can database. Does it have basis or basis? Okay, database. Okay, good. So let's run this. So system databases. Can you see now it has come out?
Yes.
Can you see it has come out? Another way again to do this one is showing you all the databases, showing you the names here. Okay. Now, if I want to also show it, like show the tables, is it not? The same thing. It does not have show table. So instead, what do? Select what?
Start.
So let's use information schema.tables. Now this one is even better because this one will show you both the database and the table name. Can you see that?
Okay.
Can you see that?
Dr. Francis.
Yes.
Yeah, question please. For a beginner now, my schema, I don't really have anything there. Is that Okay, I don't have a data.
We are going to create. No, we are going to create. We are going to create.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
In your own case, you may not have a lot. You may have just one or two. The ones that are just in the system. You may just have one or two. Okay. But what I want to just show you that they are almost similar. At least you understand select start from. Isn't it?
Yes.
So look at this other one. So for example, if I've seen a particular one, let's say I have seen maybe transactions. So I want to select transactions, isn't it? Can you see table schema? So I want to select this transaction. So how do I select transactions?
Is it select
Select from
transaction.
transactions, I think.
From where?
Transactions.
Transactions. Like this.
Underscore schema.
Where do you see underscore schema now?
Okay, sorry.
Have table name.
Now you see this table schema, they call it DB, like your database object. So if I run this like this, have you seen it?
Yes.
Alternatively, the other way you can also do it so that you don't look for trouble. Can you see this table schema? DBO. So I will bring everything together. So I'll call it DBO dot. So everything will be in full.
Okay.
Now, why you need to learn this best practice like this, okay? Because if I still run it that way, Apple people, they have come again. Apple, which one? Wait, Oracle didn't work on your Apple. No, Microsoft did not work. Microsoft SQL Server may not work, but it's Microsoft. But try MySQL.
MySQL.
Yes, try MySQL. MySQL should work. But Microsoft may not work. And you see, that is why when you are learning these tools as a data analyst, right, you also know the type of system you are working with. For example, if we are going into Power BI, like those that are using Mac, it will not work, but it's Microsoft. Okay. But now there's a way out now because you can try and go online. But you have to be registered online to have Microsoft Power BI service to be online. Okay. So that's why you see if you see they are training on Power BI, you may not be able to work with it directly. So what you can do now, some people they have like a virtual machine. They will now install Windows as a software inside their Mac. Then inside their Mac now, they will now install the Power BI. So that is another way around this. Okay, so even if you want to use this, it means you have to install Windows. Then inside your Windows, you now install this software. So you can meet either an IT person, they can help you do all this stuff. Or you can check on YouTube, you see how they install them. Okay. So that way, if you are learning something like Power BI, right? So the best for you that you can always practice is Tableau. So that way you see people learn both. Just in case whatever system that you can always alternate and switch. So that's the same thing that happens here, okay? But the most important is just understand the basics, okay? So you see in most databases, right, is the language used to communicate with that database is SQL, okay? But you see, it has a lot of flavors, okay? So we have seen now, like for example, show database, it doesn't understand what show database is. But in MySQL, it understands it. But what all of them understand, they understand this. Select start from, they understand irrespective of the system you are going, they understand this, okay? So that's what we are going to be looking at. So if I run this here, so you see that you pick the same thing, okay? And that's just basic, and this is all you need, okay? And this is basically all that you are going to need, okay? So that's all that you need. I hope this is clear.
Yes.
Clear? For now, But funny thing is that this is actually all you actually need to learn.
Really? Until maybe we'll start practicing. Then we'll
yes,
really
this is all you actually need to learn. How to query. So what you are learning as data is how to query the database. So that's what we are doing. That's what we are doing. Okay. I think we shared the link for my. Somebody should please share the link for MySQL. I think it's, somebody should share the link, please. So let me go back to MySQL. Let me go back to my SQL. So remember, so can you see how my SQL looks? It's more more friendly. You see, my SQL is more friendly now, isn't it?
Not yet.
Relative
Not
to what,
friendly
sir?
yet.
Relative to my Microsoft SQL Server, that one looks more scary. Or is it
Oh,
not?
okay. Yes, yes. This one
It
looks
depends.
better. Yes.
These are not
Because
more
for
friendly.
both, we're just starting, so
We
That
don't even
one
know
is
the
still-
difference.
exactly.
So you still like
It's Greek.
okay, wait. So you remember, for example, I'm looking for, so just understand the process. So once I enter the system, I need to know which databases are here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for me to know that, irrespective of the system, right? If I know that this is my SQL, show databases, it will list all the databases for me, is it not? Then I can say use that database. The same thing will work. This use that particular database will also work in my Microsoft SQL Server. Show tables. But you see what I have done in show tables? It showed me the list of tables, isn't it?
Yes.
But in Microsoft SQL Server, what did we use?
Execute.
Select
Select
from
From
Select from.
GPU.
Select
Star
from.
from.
information schema, is it not?
Yes.
Information schema, is it not? Dot what? Tables.
Tables.
Is that not what we used?
Yes.
And the same thing. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It still works, but the only difference here that it will bring out every single table. Because here I have more databases here, so it will bring all. Can you see the table schema? Can you see table schema? So look at what I'll show you. Can you see schemas?
Yes, schemas, yes.
Can you see schema contains all my data? Can you see the symbol of the database here?
Yes.
So that use customer, that is why this one is black here. So that's what I'm using. So that was committed in memory. Okay. So these are all the databases here. So it's now showing you all the tables that are in this database. So if I want to pick anyone now, so which one should I pick now? Which database can I pick now?
Dr. Francis, sorry, can you say show customer instead of use customer?
Now show customer, unless show, no, you can't say show customer. So customer is the name of the database. Do you understand? Customer is the name of. So what you are saying, so for example, if I say show customer, right?
Yeah.
Like this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't understand what. So anyone you see red like this means this. It doesn't
There's
understand.
something wrong.
So what you are saying, use the name of the database. Use the database. So what's the name of that database? Customer.
Customer.
Dr. Francis,
Yes.
at what point do you use the show, use, select?
Okay. Show, right? Show is specific for MySQL. So show me means I want to see all the database, or I want to see all the tables.
Okay.
So just think about it this way. I just logged into the system, right? I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is, but I know I'm looking for a database. So what do I say? Please, I want to see, show me all the database you have here. So show database. And I run. So these are all the databases, okay? So now I have seen the database. You know, once you have seen the database, I now say, okay, they said the database is in customers. So what do I say? Use what?
Customer.
Alternative, let me use another one.
Then you use the.
Okay, let me use customers. So the first one I used was customer, isn't it? Let me use another one called customers.
Sorry, Dr. Francis. When you say use customers, that's customers is like you saved the data, the customer data.
Database, yes, exactly. Can you see any of these are the databases? Do you notice that it's shifted from customer to customers?
Yes.
So all these are the databases now.
Okay.
But most time you may not know where it is, right? But most time there is schema. If I do another one, let me show you another one. So let's say country. Let's say country. So if I say use country, use country. So what will happen now? Did you notice anything?
No, nothing came out.
Mm-mm.
In the schema side.
On the left, you
On the
see
schema
that
side, did you notice anything?
Okay,
happen?
yes. That switched to country from customer to
Mhm.
country.
So it's inside this one, you can now see your tables here. Can you see?
Yeah.
I can now see the tables here. Okay. But when you already know the name of the table, I may not necessarily have to say this country. I can just call the database and the table name. But let's continue. So now I have seen the data. So let's go again. So show databases.
Databases.
Okay, I've seen all the databases I want. Okay, sales. So sales data. Okay, so that means I want to use sales data. So use what? Sales data. Okay, now I have seen sales data. Now, what do I want to see next? I want to see the tables inside the database. I want to see the tables in the database. Right? So what do I do? Show what? Show tables.
Tables.
Now I've seen the tables. Is there any data here?
There is one.
Yes,
Tables
one.
in
What's the
sales data.
data?
Tables and
Tables in
sales.
sales data.
That is just the heading.
Yes.
So
You can't see
read it now.
anything.
You can't see any of that thing. So that shows you 0 rows returned. Can you see that?
Okay.
That means there's no table inside this one.
Okay.
So that's how you need to understand how they work. Okay. So because I have said use, but alternatively, instead of saying show tables, but this one, because it is specific to this database, so it is showing me the tables in this database. But if I want to see all the tables, irrespective of the database, so what do I do? Select. Start from where? Information schema, is it not?
Yes.
Information schema, is it not dot what? Tables. Can you see that?
Yes.
So it will show you all the tables that you have, both the database and the what. So this one will work in most. For example, you know, in Microsoft SQL Server, right? We try to say select star from sys.database. That's what we use. This is what we use now.
Yes.
In Microsoft SQL Server. So what did he say? Sys.database does not exist. Do you see that? But in Microsoft SQL Server, this is how I will check all the databases in the system. But it doesn't work here that way. So you see where the minor differences are.
Dr. Francis, that means we only make use of that term use for the database.
Yes.
Pull out the database.
Yes, exactly. So I want to commit that. So I want you to always use that database in the memory. Okay. But I'll show you another way that sometimes you don't always have to use the use. You can still work like that. But you must know the table name. So that's why if I come here, show information schema, right? So these are all the tables. Can you see table name? Can you see schema?
Yes, sir.
So schema is like the database.
Okay.
Schema is like the database, but like in your own case, you should have this database Aquila. If you check in your own, you should have this database Aquila. It is a default database.
I don't have it too.
You don't have it installed?
No,
I'm not sure I have any database.
There's nothing there at all.
Nothing there at all.
What should I click?
No, just type this.
Okay, I can see sys, SYS. That's all.
You can see sys now. So type
tables and views.
Yeah, so type in your own case. So in your own case, you can say select star from what? Sys dot what? That is system, right? So for example, in my own case, sys dot, let's say host summary. So can you see this function? One? Yeah, or anyone there, host summary.
Sorry, Dr. Francis, when I click on database, then I click what's next. There's connection, there's connect to database, manage connection, reverse engineer, schema, transfer wizard. Is this where I come to? Where do I come to?
No, just click on this place. Can you see this create new SQL?
Hold on. I don't know. File, under file.
Yes, on
Are
that
you sure
file.
I've gotten here? My thing is still showing. I'm still showing welcome to my SQL workbench.
So
That's
now just click on that this thing now,
file.
your local host. I'll share your screen. Let us see.
Okay.
So just think about the process, right? I told you, forget about the code. Just understand what you want. I have a problem. I have my questions. To answer that question, I need the data. Where is the data? The data is in the database, isn't it? So now I have come into the database. So click on it now.
Yeah,
MySQL
file.
connection. Come down, come down, come down. That's where you
Yeah.
have exactly. Come down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where exactly?
Okay.
Click there. That's all. It's not actually for password. Okay, you
Oh,
don't have password in your case. Thank God.
I have forgotten my password. I don't know.
No, when you were selected, it didn't ask you to put in password.
No wonder she was asking.
Yes, they ask you to put
Okay.
password. So
Dr.
type in
Francis.
your case, type show database in your case.
Okay.
Show database.
Show
Database.
databases. Yeah.
So run it.
Your column.
Yeah, you can put that semicolon.
Semicolon.
Semicolon. Enter.
Not enter, then run.
Oh,
Can you
that's
see run?
execute sign now.
Oh,
Can
okay,
you see
okay.
that thunder like
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay,
So
that's
Okay.
what I
can you
was
see in your
too
case,
now.
you have sys, you have
That's
my
what I have.
SQL.
Yeah.
That's
Can you see
yes.
information schema is there? Do you see information
Yes.
schema?
Here,
Eh,
here, right?
Yes. So that's why you
Okay.
say, okay, type to come next.
Okay, I've seen it.
You have seen it in your own case now. So the
Yes.
next thing you say, if you have seen anyone you like to use now. So for example, say use, which one is this Amit TB? Okay, try and use that one. Use Amit TB. Use. Run.
Semicolon.
Yes. But even if you don't put semicolon, it will work, right?
If you work.
Okay.
Okay.
But best practice, if you still learn, just always learn how to do it. So next thing you want to do, you want to check the tables, isn't it?
Yes.
Actually, you can click on that tables and you see the tables there.
Yeah.
Yes, click on it. If there's that means there's no tables there. But
There's nothing inside.
come down, type
Yes.
show tables.
Yeah. Show tables.
Show tables.
Okay.
Yes. Show tables.
It's showing. Okay.
Already showing this.
Show tables.
Your table.
Check your spelling. Check your spelling.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, wrong.
Oh, okay. So there's no
That's
table.
why there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, come down to the next slide.
Okay.
Type select star from
Space then from or
yes,
just
let's put space so you can easily read your code. Yes, from
yeah.
information schema.
Space again.
Underscore.
Underscore.
Yeah. You know it does not understand space, so schema.
Okay.
And this is one problem. Dot tables. And this is one problem.
Dot tables.
Dot tables. Yes. Dot tables.
Tables.
That is why when you see your IT people, they export the data for you.
Yeah.
You notice that you come with all these underscores and some funny spaces that you don't understand.
Something has come up.
Francis, I have a question, please. I understand this step we followed now with MySQL Workbench, but mine is telling me no connection established.
Enemies are at work. Oh.
Could be my village people, please pick up.
They are at work.
Do I need to share my screen?
Okay.
So
Vivian, maybe you can just expand. Can you see where you have that table? Can you see that this you can expand the column? No, go in. Yes, exactly. Yes. So drag it to your right. Drag to your right.
Not moving.
It's not moving.
Okay.
Keep dragging. That's better. Okay. At least you can read it better now. Okay, that's basically okay. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Let's see.
Okay.
So now you understand what we are doing.
Dr. Francis, I want to ask, is there anything that can be done if you forget your password?
And that's what I say. You have to go back in. So what we use is command line. We can use the command line, but we'll try and reset it. It's possible. Hey, enemies have come. They say no connections established. You know, in your own case, press. Go back to file. Let me see. Go back to your file. Can you see this instant? Let me see. It's not even here. Come down. Come down. Close connection tab. No, close. Remove it. Remove this. Come down to. Can you see where you have this startup and shutdown? Let me see.
Where I have what?
Can you see management? Do you see management on your left? Management on your left, extreme left.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Can you see server status?
Yes.
Click on it. Let me see. So can you see it's not even working at all here? So click refresh. Let me see. It's not even connected at all. So what you will do is just close this. Press Control Alternate Delete.
Control
Press
alternate.
Control
Delete.
Alternate. You know how you want to taskbar manager? Is it?
Yes.
Control Alternate Delete. Yes.
So when I open my task manager, I should
Yes,
exit.
then look for where you have my. Just close the screen, and share that taskbar.
Okay.
You know this one's now it will be more scary for other people now. They say, hey,
Yeah, I've ended the.
Yeah, but share your taskbar now. Share your taskbar.
Okay.
In case somebody has that issue. But if it doesn't work from there, then you know it's from village. Press Control Alternate Delete. Control Alternate Delete. Some people be asking what is Control Alternate Delete. It's your normal Windows key.
I've ended the task of MySQL.
Oh, you ended it.
Yes.
Click on more details. Let me see. Click on more details. Let me see. Go to services. Click on services. Services. Type M. My. So just press M. Check whether can you see the hair good. Can you see that stopped?
Okay.
Can you see stopped? Right click there. Right click. Say start. Pray they are not fighting you if it doesn't work. Starting.
So now it's running.
Close now. Close now. Go and open your. Go and open it now. You go and open it now. Yes. Good. Run.
Okay.
So type your password.
Thought I saved this password.
Your password.
You didn't type the password.
Type your password.
No, it's not showing. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, run now. Show database. I run that. Show database. Just run. All right. Thank God.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Great.
All right. Can you see his own has Sekila? Can you see his own has Sekila?
Yes, mine has too.
Yeah, yours has.
Has what?
Sekila, that is the name of the database. It's a default database. Okay, maybe when it was asking you to select, you didn't select the database. Maybe I told you, but you just say next.
Okay.
And skipped it.
Thank you very much.
How do we get
Francis, can you show how to retrieve your password?
That one is back in. I can't do that one right now.
Okay.
Because did you forget your password?
Yes, I did.
Yes, we are many. Don't know what I use, what password I use.
I told you guys, I think I was announcing it. Make sure you write it down somewhere.
No, Dr. Francis, I've installed it since. It's not now. Since last year or thereabouts. So.
See, why did you just uninstall it and install it back? That's another.
Okay, option.
That's another option.
That's
That's
fine.
worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. But for those who want to, I don't want to start going to command line now. That's
Hello, Dr. Francis.
not everything I'm doing. Yes.
So I've not been able to get over the MySQL server on my system as well. Oh. I'm still having issue with it.
Which one?
I don't know. The two were actually installed, and I'm having challenge with them.
Okay, please, who's sharing now? Kindly stop sharing. Let's discuss.
Okay.
Virtue, what we will do, I will look for a video to send to you, right? So maybe that can also help. But while you are, did you try to install Microsoft SQL Server?
Yes, I've installed it.
You can be working with that now. You can be working with that. There will be alternative. We can be working with that. So which one is this one now?
This was installed for me. I think this is my SQL server. The MySQL server was installed, but by the time I click on connect, it come up, we cannot connect to desktop.
This is not
website
design. This is not it. No, this is not it. This one they installed it with PHP.
Oh.
Close. What you needed was MySQL Workbench.
Okay, MySQL Workbench.
Yes, but this one, if you click on shell, click on shell. Sharing. Shell. Can you see config? Shell. After under net start.
You're right.
Okay, to the right.
Can you see shell there?
I can't see shell.
Your extreme right.
The third
configuration, net start, then shell.
Shell petroleum, shell.
Moses, go to your extreme right.
Okay.
Yes.
There you see configuration, net start, then shell. Above Explorer.
Above Explorer.
Just move your mouse to the right. Move your mouse to the right.
Go to the right.
I'm now to the right.
Up.
Okay. Quick launch.
Your top right.
Is it on quick launch?
No,
Are you sure you are the one sharing?
Configuration. Can you see
Moses,
that?
your right hand.
Sorry, who is sharing this screen now? This is Moses now.
This is Moses. Yes.
Can you see
So
next
look on
that has something like the world
on your right.
world map?
You have your close button.
Exactly. Underneath your
Right there.
I think he should share his whole screen, not just this application. Maybe something else is covering this, what we are saying.
It's possible.
Because
Because
the X
what we are seeing in his background.
What can you see on your screen?
Exactly.
okay, I can see some command. One Solution Explorer, another one Properties window F4.
No,
you're sharing something
again.
else.
Stop and share again.
Okay, probably let me stop sharing.
Sorry.
Stop sharing. Maybe you should share your whole screen.
Share screen.
Another world.
Enemies at work.
Honestly.
Yeah, most times it's just better we just go through the process, right? So all these issues, we can just sort them out much later. Because if you tend to distort the whole flow, because people will not be like,
Yes,
I have not even learned anything. These people are now bringing config, net start. What is all this? It
can
is
be
not
overwhelming.
It's overwhelming, actually.
The Apple people now that having Wahala now.
Yes. So what you can do, there's another website again. I sent, what's the name? You can do your. This is my SQL server. Good. So click connect. Click connect.
Okay. It came out. We cannot connect to desktop.
Is this your office system?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they blocked it from back end. It's not allowing you to connect to this thing.
Exactly.
It's not allowing. This is you'd have just used your own personal. Okay,
Your personal
yes, your personal system. So let me see. MySQL online. So there's
But another one was installed for me, XAMPP control panel.
That's the one you shared. That one you shared, right?
Oh, okay.
That was the one you were sharing initially that we were saying check config.
Oh.
So let me try. There's another one online, right? So let me send it to you. Let me check. I've never used this, but I know I have seen people use it before.
Dr. Francis, but should he be having two?
No, it's okay. It depends on you. Some people can have 4. Me, I'm sure I have like 4 or 5.
So Francis, please, I need help with something. I need to show you something. I don't want to install a wrong one again.
Oh yeah, share your screen. Look at this link online, right? Look at the link online. So I shared the link on your chat.
Okay, Python.
Yes, so just click start MySQL online. So maybe you can just type show databases and try whether it will work.
Start MySQL online. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll click that.
Yes.
You brought up create table, insert into select.
Exactly. So just type show database. Let's check whether you have any database there. Then you can start working with it. Yes. Hey.
Dr. Francis,
Okay, sorry, man. You know what you just do? Just click on full so that we don't have problem. Just click on full.
Okay.
Then next, till it finishes.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's all. Yes, just continue. Yes. Please, when it gets to password, write your password somewhere.
Okay.
Thank you.
very
All right,
much.
stop sharing. So let's make progress.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, let's make progress now. Okay, so now we have seen how to enter the database. So what I just show what database is. Once I've seen the database I want to use, I will now say what? Use the name of that database, right? Let me see which other one we have here. Okay, Superstore here. At least that one, most of us are familiar with Superstore. So let's say use Superstore. We all have the Superstore data, right? Use
Yes.
Superstore.
Okay. Are we supposed to import it into here?
Yes, I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
Use Superstore. What's next?
Doing the Pfizer.
You said what?
Pfizer, the online one. How do we bring in that data?
Now online, I don't know if you can bring it online there, but that one is just for practice.
Okay.
But this is when you have it on your system. Okay, but you can just follow exactly what I'm doing there. So whatever you see on your own, in your own case, you may see like 2 databases there or 1. Then just say use whatever name you see there. Okay. So what's next thing I'll say? Yes, sir.
Yeah, for those of us who see Microsoft, there is no database there. There are some tables there, but they are empty.
Okay, in your own case, you're typing select what? Select from what? Information.
System database or select information.
Okay. If you want to use that, select start from what? System dot what? Data.
System dot database.
Database, right?
Yes. Then
so when you run that, how many database do you have in your case?
I had 4 master 10 PDB model.
Yeah, so the next you just type use master. Okay. All right. So for those using Microsoft SQL Server, this is what you are going to use to see the database there. But the easiest way is to do what? Type what? Select start from where? Information what? Schema dot what? Tables. So what does this one mean? Show me all the tables in this system. Whichever schema it is, just show me the tables there. Can you see that? So these are all the tables. Most of them are system tables. That's why I see a lot there. Okay. But if I come down, I will now see the ones that I create myself. So if I come down, can you see, like, for example, Superstore? That's the name of the table, database. Can you see the table name? Schema. Okay. So if I was to pick a table now, which table do I want to pick now? Which table? Select any table you want to pick.
Members.
Select alumni.
Okay, alumni, right? Did you notice that alumni there on this side is the database? This is the database, and this is the table. Can you see that? So let's say alumni HR is not. So this is the database name, and this is what the table name. Okay. So it's just like saying your name and surname. So if I want to write my own name and surname, it will be Okoye.Francis. Can you see that? So this is my what? Database name, and this is my what? My own name. Yes, that's my table name. Good. So in that, so that's the same way I'm going to pick it. So in that case, I don't have to be saying use. I can pick it directly. So what do? I'll say what? Select what? Select start from where? What is the name of the database?
Alumni.
Alumni, isn't it? Alumni. Dot what? HR.
HR.
Nairon. Do I have data there?
Yes.
That why I say these are the basic things that you just need to query. That's all. I need to know how to look for the data, the name of the data, and select it. So you see, in this case, I didn't have to say use alumni.
So, Dr. Francis, sorry, when you say alumni, so that is the name of the database. Then
Database.
HRO is the
table.
full. Okay.
The table.
Okay, that's fine.
Did we get this?
Yes.
Now, why are you learning all these things? So that when I go to Power BI, I don't have to tell IT people, please, I need sales data. Don't waste your time. As long as they give you access to connect to that database, right? Or you just do, take your query, just type your query inside Power BI and it connects you to the database. You pick whatever data you want there. So if it's all the data you want, you just select this and you bring out all the data there. And you can now do your report.
Dr. Francis.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are we saying now the database we have here, there are bits from the flat file, something like that?
Yeah, this one has already been, yes, this one they were just imported. Yes.
Okay, so these are splits, like when you talked about was it normalization or
data normalization? Yes.
So we have databases now for different, the main file has been
exactly.
Okay.
Here was because they have already entered into one data, so I just imported it here.
Okay.
That's all. But normally you have to break them into smaller units. So can we make progress now? Can we make progress?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you see that all we have learned today is how to select data, right? So best practice, use this. So you don't always have to be saying use. The only time you use this use, so that if I say use alumni, right? If I say use alumni, right? So look at this. If I have typed select staff from HR, do you think this will work? Select staff from HR. Do you think this will
work? No.
To use you instead.
That's the table now. It's not the.
So which database committed to memory already?
Alumni.
Which database is committed to memory?
I think it's
sales data. Sales data. Sales data.
Sales data
called Superstore.
That is committed to memory right now.
Superstore. Use Superstore. Committed to memory.
I think it's Superstore.
Is what?
On the left, you see them. Okay,
which one?
Superstore.
Okay,
Superstore is highlighted.
Superstore.
In Superstore, do we have HR data?
No.
No.
So if I run this, will it work?
No.
Oh.
So that's why to give this error. Superstore.hr does not exist. So rather, what do I now use? If I now say use what now? Alumni, right?
Alumni.
Yes.
Alumni. isn't it? Use
Yeah.
alumni.
Okay.
Now, if I type select staff from HR, will it work?
Yes.
Yes, it will work
Why?
now.
Yes. It has recognized
Nice,
alumni.
the alumni.
Yes.
Because it's part of it.
That's it. So that is why whenever you are selecting your database, just know the database and the table name. So that's why I say usually go through this route. So once I see the database, I know the table name. That's all. I can easily access any database I want. Whichever database I want to pick. For example, let's say vanning manufacturing.orders. Okay.
Yes.
So if I type what now? So if I want to select the table there now, what do I do? Select what? Start from where? Start from where? Vanning
manufacturing.
Please be careful with the spelling. No, manufacturing. Most time, I think you can copy it. Can you see copy? Copy.
Yeah.
If I say copy field, what is field?
Column.
Yeah. So
Column.
I see that.
Yeah.
I can just copy that so that I will not make any mistake. Because sometimes this is just one I or one N can be missing, and it can be frustrating. Dot what now? Others. That's all. You see now I didn't commit it to memory, isn't it? And I can see the database there. So I can now export it now. Export to wherever I want to export.
Okay, so if I understand it, is vanning manufacturing is under orders.
No, orders is under.
Okay, vanning manufacturing orders. That's what we are looking for.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Are we saying because we didn't use the use command,
Beautiful,
so we can
exactly,
just say select from? Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So are we clear with this now?
Yes.
Yes.
So irrespective of the database you are working with, this one will work anywhere. So for those of us using a Microsoft SQL Server, right? So it's the same principle that works there. Okay. Now in this case, so let's say so let's pick another one. Let's look for one. Which one do we want to pick now? You know, even if I type, for example, which database do I have here now? Let's say show databases here, right? So it has a lot, right? So some of you have masters, some of you have customers. This is customers. So the same way I can say use customers. Is it customer or customers? So customers.
Customers.
Okay. So the same thing, is it not? Use customers. Can you see that works? So now I want to see the tables. So which table will I see now? I don't have show tables now, isn't it? But
Yes.
I can still use the same select star from information what schema dot what tables. Now this one will show me what only tables were in the customers. Can you see that?
Okay.
Do you see that? So the alternative for saying show tables, this is what I'm going to use. Okay. So irrespective of whatever database I have there, right? Whatever database I have there, as long as I know the table name. So let me type, but this one is already committed to this. Okay, let me look for another one. Okay, employee records. So employee records. Do I know the tables in employee? So another way again you can do. Come here. Can you see databases here on your right? Can you see databases here?
Yes.
This is database here. Good.
Yes, sir.
Can you see, okay, employee records? Can you see employee records?
Yes, sir.
Can you see tables? So this is like the schema. Can you see the schema now? Now I'm talking about. This is the schema. It contains both your tables, your views, your functions. So it has everything that you need here. Okay. So your tables, your views, your storage. So that's why we say a database is more than just tables. Okay. But most time it's just the tables that we need. So this is what employees, right? Employees. So what is the name of database? Employee records, right? Employee what? Records.
Records.
So if I want to select that table now, have I used which database stored in memory now?
Customer.
customers now. So I want to look for what? I want to take this data from employee records now, right?
Yes.
So what do I do now? Select what? Start from where?
Employee records.
Employee records.
Employee records.
That's the song name. Now, is it not
tables?
Dot what?
Tables.
Which tables now? You have to be.
We are looking for
specific
something.
tables. Can I see tables now? DBO dot what?
Employees.
Employees.
And this is how you are going to type it in your Power BI. And that's it. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
If this is all you have learned in MySQL, that is all you need. You don't bother yourself with any of that. Because what you need to do, you are learning as data analyst. Can you see if I remove that DBO, you see it doesn't work?
Yes.
Can you see that? That is database object. So that's why you must always type it in full. So that you don't look for problem. Okay. So that's all. We run that and that's all. So imagine that you are inside Power BI. So you can connect this right inside Power BI to your report, and that's all. So once this database is being updated, just go to your report, click refresh, and life is easy for you. So your own job is not to be creating this database, but right now I want to show you how they create this database. Okay, but if this is all you have learned about database, that's all you need to actually learn. Because what we want to learn is how to query the database. So are we good with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is it very difficult?
No.
So of course are using Microsoft because we don't have
the
data,
delivery.
it's not
The delivery makes it perfect.
Dr. Francis, I'm actually working with SQLite. So I have a different thing that I'm working with, not super actually.
SQLite. Can I? Have I used SQLite before? But okay, let's see SQLite. Let me see the SQLite.
Okay, let me show you. So there was this project, there was this thing course I was taking. So we're working, it's a musical, you have to import. So I imported what I worked with when I was working.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see it.
It's actually easier. You don't need to sign in. So for those people who are complaining about, I felt like maybe this, you just need to import and you execute and you copy here you export to Excel or Power BI.
So this,
don't need to sign in.
So let me see this. So type show databases. Let me see whether it works here. Type show databases. Let me see. Show databases. Okay.
It doesn't.
So it doesn't understand the command show,
yes,
right? It doesn't know. So say select star from information schema. Underscore schema, no underscore schema. Underscore.
I didn't even suggest something. Am I sure this is going to work?
I want to check whether it works in all. Check underscore schema. Dot tables. Let me see. Dot tables.
Okay, dot tables. Okay.
Let me see. It's supposed to be tables, but okay, run it. Let me see. Even select here is even showing red. So let me see.
I think I did.
Why not put them in capital, maybe?
No, that's not. It's not case. It's not.
Be it capital or low. It still works.
Okay, so in this case now.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. So that means in this case you must import your. So let me see where you have your database. Let me see which one works here.
Okay, this is where.
Let me see where your database is. Open database. Let me see.
Yeah.
So so these are the database.
Yes.
So if you have seen the database, you just okay. This is more menu driven than even commands. Go to your right. Let me see the names. No, go to your
Chinook, and I have one.
Okay.
This is a music store.
So that
was working here.
Okay, that's it. So in this case, you have use. So type use PANB. Let's see. Use
here in the file.
No, on your command line. Yes.
Okay.
Use, not used. Use. Type the name of that database now. Let me see.
You have to import.
Okay, you have to import it first.
Yes, I imported it already.
So that means this one doesn't have anything stored on that database.
No, you must import it.
Oh, you must import
it. Comes, yes, it comes now to the DB schema on this site. So here are the details. So this is what you're working with.
Okay, it comes on this side. Okay.
Yes.
Like I have never used this, right? But the moment you see your data, but it's still the same select. So pick anyone, type select star from whatever table that you have.
Yeah. Can't use the one that has been imported.
Yes, check for the ones that have already been imported.
Okay.
Now I think what happens in your own case, in this one, you have to select the location. I think you have to select the location. This is SQLite 3 now, right?
Yes.
I think you have to select the location. So if you have, in this case, you have to select the location. But you see, MySQL is relatively easier, but it's that same concept that you now apply in the selection. So if you select the data, so if once you have got, so bring in the database, let us bring in the database, let's see.
Sorry, this one's empty.
So let us see how it works.
Okay. Here is it. It's here.
So has he brought it in? So what's the name of the database? So what's the name of the database now?
Okay, I didn't bring in another one actually. I replaced.
Okay, you already have. Okay, so you're selecting.
Let me select another one.
Select another one. Let's see.
Actually, don't have to change. Sorry, let me
select any other one.
I still have it's the same thing. So when I want to import, they keep telling me I don't have the other one. I don't know why the Chinook is just 8 KB.
Okay, select a table now. Let us see how to select a table.
How should I do that? I don't know.
So if you already know your table, right? So what's the name of the table?
Pandit is something.
So select star from what's the name of the table now? Now these ones that are open, right?
Yeah.
Is it account region sales rep?
Yeah.
So type the name of. So type select star from account, or I don't know. Try account.
Actually, that is going to run.
Try account. Account, is it S account? Yes, I run now. Let's see. That's it now. So it's just for you. So in this case, you always have to import the database.
Yes, you import.
Yeah, you have to import the database. But you see, irrespective of the one you use, you see that select star from always works. Whether I use MySQL SQLite, Microsoft SQL Server. So everybody, have we seen it now?
Yes. Yes.
So we can
How
just
do we create our database?
Yeah, so you have to now create database. So let's show you how to create database.
Okay.
Let's show how to create a database. All right. Okay. So that at least even if you don't learn anything today, at least you know how to select your tables, isn't it? That's the most important. So normally, if I have so show databases, so assuming now show data. So once you underline something in red, you know there's a problem for you. Show database. So these are the database. So let's assume now I am looking for a database called let's say LBS Data Club. Do you have anything called LBS Data Club? LBS Data Club.
Yes. LBS underscore DAC.
No, Data Club, LBS Data Club in full. That's the name. Do you have anything called
Just
LBS
start it.
Data Club?
Yes, LBS Data Analytics Club.
Data Analytics Club.
Data Club. Data Club.
No.
No, is it not?
No.
So since it does not exist, so what do we do?
Create it.
We can create it.
Import it.
Eh?
We can
What do
import.
you do? You create now.
Create.
So that is why, just the same way you are saying it, that's how it happens. Just say create database. Create what? Database. What's the name of database?
LBS data.
LBS. So
LBS
remember, LBS. So you cannot put space. It doesn't understand space. So what do you use? Underscore. Data.
Underscore.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
And that's it now. So check. Do I have anything called data LBS Data Club on this side? Check it here. Do I have anything called LBS Data Club here? Do you see it anywhere here?
No.
No.
So let's create.
Data Club.
Let's create. So now I've created one, isn't it? So what I will do, I'll just click refresh. Can you see refresh here?
Yes.
Click refresh. Do we see it now?
Yes. Yes.
Have we seen it here?
Yes.
So that's the database. So I've created a database.
Sorry, Dr. Franz, can you just put your cursor on the refresh again? I didn't see you.
Look at it here. Look at it here.
Okay.
But it's empty, right, Dr. Francis?
Yeah, it's empty now. Exactly. So remember the procedure. So if I want to commit it to memory, what do I use? Use what?
LBS.
LBS data.
Exactly. LBS. Thank you. That's it. Please always be typing this. Don't copy and paste. Always type. When you are learning, always type.
Okay.
Always don't copy and paste anything. Always type.
Why?
Because repetition prints in memory.
Oh.
So you always know what to do.
Okay.
So whenever you see any body syntax, at least because you have been typing it, you already know how to read it. So what's next to do? We want to check whether there's a table inside, isn't it? So what do we use?
Select
star.
Show what? Tables.
Okay.
Show tables.
Oh.
But if you want to use the other way, do we expect to see any table here?
No.
Or somebody was mentioning what? Select what? Star from
Select star from
tables.
From
LBS.
Where's data club dot tables?
Do we have any table there?
No.
We don't use data club dot tables unless that's the table name.
Oh, okay.
So instead you'd have used information what?
Schema,
is it not? Dot what? Tables.
Okay.
But do we expect to see any table here?
No.
No.
Information. Where did I miss it? Info.
No R.
Information. Is this correct?
No T.
No T where? Information. Okay. So if I check down, What's the database name now? LBS
Data
Club.
Do you have anything called LBS Data Club?
I don't find it yet.
No, because there's no data there, isn't it? No
Yeah.
table there. Good.
Okay.
So, Dr. Francis, we can't say select from information schema LBS data club.
Dot LBS Data Club.
Can we go straight that way?
LBS Data Club like
yes,
this.
sir.
Now, if you know the table name, right? It doesn't understand what you're saying. You get it's just like saying let's say show databases. Which one did we use before? No, most time it will not see it because it is under that your tables that will now show you everything that you have there.
Okay.
We get it. Now show you everything that you have there.
Okay.
So the table name is looking for. All right. Now the same way, if for example you made a mistake, and this is how very easy. You see, imagine you have been keeping data for the past 10 years. I've been keeping data for the past 10 years. If I want to remove this data club, how do I remove it? I will say what? Drop what? Drop database. What's the name of database?
LBS data club.
LBS data club.
And that's it.
Okay, so it's no longer in memory.
So it's no longer there. It's gone. It's gone from database.
Okay.
You see, just one line of code, your whole 10-year data can be gone.
So it's not in the schema anymore.
It's not anywhere.
That's dangerous.
You see why they will not just allow you just go and play with anything.
Have access to it.
In trash can.
Exactly. Or you say you are learning with your operation system. You go and type drop database. I say I was learning.
So you can't even see it in trash can.
Yes, something like, do you see anything like trash can? This is not Excel now. There's no control set.
This one is brutal.
Can you see that? So that's why they don't just allow you to just have access to the database. So it's not that they want to be wicked or anything. No, it's safety. Okay. And even the process of you creating that database, you see the process now. So let's create the database again. So if I come here, create database, isn't it? So I can say use. Okay. So if I click refresh now, to just appear here. Can you see that? Good. Now, if you remember that SQL, which is the structural query language, is it not? It is the language that we use to communicate with the database. Okay. It's not necessarily a programming language. Okay. It's not necessarily a programming language like you have your Python, like you have your JavaScript, your Java, your C#. No, it's not necessarily a programming language per se. Okay. But it's just the language I use to communicate with the database. So it's just almost like English language. Almost. Okay. But you see, under it, we have seen so many syntax, but what we are focusing on is on what? DDL. What is DDL? What is DDL?
Data
definition
language. Something like that.
DML. What is DML?
Manipulation.
Data manipulation language. And you have what again?
DTL.
DBMS.
Data transaction languge.
Yes, but what we are going to be dealing with is
DBMS. Okay, DQL.
DQL.
Query.
DQL is what?
Data query language.
Data query languages. So under DDL, DDL means what? Data definition. Can you see the word definition? Yeah. Definition, right? So what you are doing, you are trying to define, right? So what you do there, either you create, you alter, or you drop. Can you see that? So whenever you are defining your table or your database, so the syntax you use there, they are what? Create, alter, or drop. So now I have created either my table or my database. The next thing I want to do is to manipulate. It's not data manipulation. And what is manipulation?
Insert.
Update.
So either I insert, I what? Update or
Or
what?
delete. Or delete.
So whenever you hear them use it in election, they are manipulating results. It's not necessarily what you have learned it in a fraudulent term. As a fraudulent term, but actually it's not fraudulent. So it's either they are inserting a data or they are updating somebody's score or they are what deleting.
Or they are rigging.
Yeah, they are rigging. So that is the technology we understand it from. Okay. But basically, when you say you are manipulating database, it doesn't mean that you are committing fraud. It's just only we have learned it in a fraudulent with fraud. That's why. Okay. So when you say they are manipulating it, it simply means either they are inserting, updating, or deleting. You cannot delete a database. Rather, what do you do? You drop. Mm-hmm. You cannot delete a column or a field. What do? You drop, because it's part of the structure. You see, whenever it affects the structure, you use this one. Whenever it affects within the table, you use this. So when you talk about the structure, either the structure of the database or table. But most times the database, right? Because inside the database, you also create the tables. Then this one, DQL, is data queries. You know, that is what you use as your select. And that's basically all you need to learn here. Now, remember the part that I showed you how you drop down your database, isn't it? So that is what they call DCL, data control language. So under there, you can grant, you can revoke. So grant means you can grant somebody access to that database. Revoke, you can revoke the person's access. And you have DTL, someone mentioned DTL, isn't it? Data or transaction language. So there you can begin, you can commit. Now remember how you do Control S in Excel or Microsoft Word. Control S is to save, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But in this case, it's called commit. They now say rollback. Can you see rollback? Rollback is like undo. But if you did not commit, can you roll back? Can you see that? So rollback means like undo it. But this is at data admin level. Or the only one they will allow you to use is this DQL. That's the only one you have access to. Are you clear now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go. Okay, let me just leave that there. Okay, so let's continue. So if you want to comment, I think you use, if I put hash, can you see that hash? That hash means comment. That means I can type anything I want there.
Okay.
Do not run. That means it will not run anything. So I can just type anything there and put a hash there. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. So just imagine now I want to create this club, right? So that's LBS data club. Okay. Now just imagine a table. What do you expect to see in a club? What type of details do you want to see in the club?
Name.
You want to see
ID
name,
number.
right?
Members.
ID
Member
number.
ID is not membership ID, no, is it? I want to see a membership ID. If you
Yeah.
remember your first normal form, second normal form, isn't it?
Yes.
So those are what the things I'm looking at. So what other fields are you looking out for?
Name.
Member ID, then name, isn't it?
Name.
Now the name, do you want everything to be in one place, or you want a separate name for column for the surname and first name?
Yes. Both sides.
Separate column.
So which one do we take?
Separate
Surname,
just
first name.
surname, first name, beautiful. So we have surname, then we have another one, first name. So we can break this into two again. Surname and first name. Okay. Then what again do you want to see?
Date of joining or something like that.
Cohort.
Okay, well, let's say date of birth, right? Date of birth, right? Then what again? You say what? Cohort.
Cohort.
Okay, cohort.
Address.
Gender.
Gender. Gender. Yes. What again?
Admission
Phone
year.
number. Phone number.
Yeah? Phone
Phone
number.
number, admission, yeah.
Phone number and email.
Be religion.
Email. Okay. Email. What again? What again?
Maybe
Profession.
discipline or profession.
Okay, profession. Okay, profession.
Or place of work or something.
Profession. Okay. Yes. What again?
Years of experience.
Marital status.
Marital status. Okay. Marital. So let me leave that status. Marital status. Okay.
Religion.
What? Or let's say state of origin. Let's say maybe state of origin or something like that. Okay, maybe that's all we have, right? You know, if you were to create this in Excel, you just be typing it straight now. Is that not how you do it in Excel?
Yes.
You just go to Excel and start typing now.
Yes.
So here, what's the first thing you do? Before you go into this table, you first of all create this database. Is it not?
The database first.
So the table is going to sit inside that database. That's why we are saying use. Can you see that? So anything I'm creating now will be sitting inside this database. Okay. So now, what do I want to do next? I want to what? Create a table now. So create what? Table. What's the name of the table?
ID. Membership ID.
Member information.
Okay, member
data.
Member what? Members what?
Information.
Information. Now take note. The longer you type, the more you are going to stress when you are going to query. So that's why you see people they try and do members info and they're okay. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Because the more you want to type as if it's a Microsoft Word, the more you are going to suffer.
Okay, this is the table.
So now we want to create the name of the table, is it not? What is the name of the table?
Members info.
So anytime I want to query the table now, what do I now use to query the table?
Member info.
Members info. So I'll say select tab for what? LBS _ data _ club dot members info.
Members info. Yes.
Okay.
So they have already, what we have been doing before, they have already created the database for me. So now what we want to do now, we are just querying it. So now we are creating the database properly. Okay. So we are going to open and close brackets, and so which means this open and close means this is the content of what I want to put there. And remember, every line must close with what? A semicolon. Okay. So let us do it line by line so that we can understand what it is. So the first thing is that every table must have a unique identifier, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's say membership what?
ID.
Membership ID. So if I use _ ID or membership ID. Okay. So let me use membership _
ID.
Okay, good. Now, if you are typing in Excel, you can type anything you like there now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But here now you must be specific. What am I typing? What is the data type? What is the data type?
Okay. Number.
What is the data type?
Number.
Remember, we talked about data type.
Numeric. Numeric.
Numeric, isn't it?
Yes.
So how is it going to be? When you say numeric now, there are different forms of it.
Hashtag.
Is hashtag a form? Is it a form of numeric? I think we talked about integers now, right? Integers.
Yes, integers.
Yeah, so it means it's an integer, right? Now, can I leave it blank? Can I leave it blank? Is it so when they are filling the data now? Is it optional if they want
You
to
can specify the number of integers.
Yes, so you can just leave it there. Yes, you can specify that. We'll show you how to do that. But you see this membership ID, you know, if it was in Excel, you can decide to enter it if you like. Do you know that? You are free to enter it if you like. But ideally, everybody must have what? An ID number.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
So that is why you must also specify not null. What is not null? What is not null?
It can't be empty.
You can't leave it empty.
Not blank.
So if you like, go and be entering anything there. As long as this constraint is there, not null, it means you cannot leave it blank. But in Excel, you can leave it blank, is it not?
Yes.
You say, I bet I don't have time. Let me jump to it. Later I'll come back and start. This one does not allow you. So not null. Another thing again is that this first one is also called what? This membership ID is also called what?
Unique.
It's yes, a field. Unique identifier, is it not?
Primary key.
Yes.
It's called what?
Primary key.
It's called what? A primary key. Exactly. So I'll call it what? Primary what? Primary key. But you see, all this is I can leave it so, but I just want to show you how it works. So you put a comma there. So next column. Okay. I can type everything on a straight line, but so that we can understand it line by line. Okay. So next, what's next column now? So we see son name, isn't it? Son name. So son name now, what is the data type?
Text.
Text. Is it not? I can leave it as a text, or I can leave it as what? A variable character. I think we remember when we were showing you how the various data types, isn't it? So if I want to a whole lot, but if I want to make sure that nobody's name should be more than 20 characters, then I can put 20 there. So that means the character should not be more than 20, or it should not be more than let's say 50. Okay.
But you can always update it.
Yes, you can always update it. Okay. Yes. Or I can use a text. You know, a text means I want to enter a full paragraph there. I can type it there. Okay. So it now depends on what you want. Okay. So most times either you use variable character. So let's say variable what? Character. So anyone use variable character, I put 20 there. Okay.
Sorry, so when you say variable character, what do you mean? Of a numeric context?
No, so you can even enter numbers, but you know it's going to sit as a word string.
So, Dr. Francis, so when you have variable character, it means you can just put maybe some names that have hyphens or dash inside it. And
yes, exactly. To allow you.
Oh, okay.
To allow you because it's a text now. To allow you. Yes,
doctor. While you are typing, it shows two formation of variable character. Can you choose any? There's one with full.
Yes, you can choose now. You can choose. Yes, you can choose. But the thing is that so this is in full now. This is the full name of it.
Yes.
Variable character is full name of Bacha. This is short form. Okay. So either I use a text, or I use what variable. So okay, let me use text first. Let me use text. So text I may not specify. Then not null. Not null means what? Not null. Yes. But if I do not specify this constraint there, that means you can decide to leave it blank. It doesn't matter. So let's go to the next one. First name. Can you see either I type first name together like this, or I'll put underscore name.
Underscore.
I'm sure you have been noticing how they type this now, right? So let me use this one.
Yes.
First name. So first name, let us use variable characters. Let's say 20. And person's first name should not be more than 20 word characters. Okay. Then what do I type? Not
no.
Don't leave it empty. Which other one again? Let's say date of birth.
Date of birth.
Okay. Should I type it in full?
Yes.
No. Let's use DOB.
No, DOB.
So that you don't suffer it.
Yes.
But later when you want to start querying, then and the number is very long. So for DOB, what is the data type?
Date.
Data type is what?
Date.
Exactly. Date. Can I leave it blank?
No.
No.
No. Which other one again? Let's say. Okay. Let's bring all your information first, right? So gender. Let's say gender. Gender. What will it be now?
Text.
Now let's say variable character. Okay, let's use text. Okay, let's use text. Okay. text. So let's say text. So if you spell female, female is how many characters?
6.
6. So let me put 6 there. So yeah, if somebody is going to type on that thing.
Others.
Yeah?
The pronoun is 7.
What?
Make it 7.
We have others.
Others up to 6 or 7.
Pronoun is 7.
Pronoun.
It's pronoun, your gender.
What's pronoun? I'm not saying that there are
Is it
other
Bobrisky's
genders, but
gender?
they don't bring that up.
All right, so let's say 7, okay? So not, no. But most time when you're using text is when it's very large. So most time, if the data is not so large, you use a variable character. Okay. Then which other one again? Which other information?
Phone number. Can we do the cohort?
Phone number.
That has,
I want to put everything about the person first before we start putting cohort,
Okay.
and so that we can
State
read
of
it.
phone
State
number
we've
is
already,
next, right?
yes, state, right? State. Let's call it what? Let's say text, right?
Text.
Not no.
10.
Okay, we can use anyone now.
The status,
Yes.
marital
Also
status.
do status, marital status.
Marital status, marital status.
If
Now,
we
can you see
use
the code?
anyone that's not, if we do anyone that's not null, will it still work? Once leave it open for them.
Yeah, if I just leave it not null like this, it means that they can leave it blank and it still work.
Okay.
But the moment this constraint is there, that means it must fit. And do you see why when you are typing in Excel, you have room to type whatever you like there and it will accept it. But with a database, this one ensures a unified. So when they are entering the data, everything is uniform. So you have like a unified structure of your database. So nobody can type anything that they like. Now everything is what? That structure is specific. Okay, so that's exactly what you are trying to do. You are trying to specify the structure. So marital status, right? So let's say
Text.
Okay, text. Okay, if text is easier. So text, right? Text. So what again do we type? Not no, right? Not no. So let me just copy this out. Text and not no. Okay, let's do 1 or 2 more. And which other one again?
Address or something.
Genotype.
Or phone number.
Phone number.
Genotype.
Blood
Do we have genotype in the first
There's
one?
no genotype there.
Which
Phone
other one
number.
again?
Profession.
Phone number, yes. Phone number. So what is phone number? What is character? What is the data type?
Number.
Number.
Phone number.
Variable
What is the data
character.
type? What is the data?
Variable
data type?
character.
Integer.
Integer.
Phone number. Data analyst.
You can put variable character.
Is what?
Variable character.
Variable character.
Not variable
specify-
character or text. Do we know why?
So okay.
Yes.
Why?
Because of the hyphen.
That's okay.
Apart from
Use
hyphen, that's the only thing.
you don't be able to
Because
add
you cannot add it.
How do you differentiate a quantitative from a qualitative data?
You can sum.
Because quantitative you can add. Qualitative
Exactly.
you
Can
cannot
you
add.
add 2 full numbers together?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that number is just a way of differentiating it. So how many phone number? How many characters do you have in the phone number?
11.
11, right?
Nigerian people.
But we can make it
Some they use dash.
14
Some
or
they use
15.
dash.
You can use
As-
15.
Okay,
And
let's
then some they use the country code.
yes. So 15 will be okay now, right?
Yes.
Yes, most country codes are 3 for the dash.
In case the enemies are at work.
20.
Yeah, 20, yes. So not no. So which other one again? So let me do one more. So let's say profession.
Profession, yes.
Let's say profession. Well, I've not put cohort. Okay, profession.
Qualification.
Profession. The profession. Cohorts, right?
Yes.
Cohorts. Any other one?
There's
So
this
let's assume
word
this
you
is
use either Mr. or Mrs. I don't know what to call it.
no, that, so
No,
that
that's
one,
qualification.
so don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that one.
No, no, it's not.
So this is okay now. This is okay, right?
Yes,
So this is
yes.
okay. This is okay. So notice now that this last one, this last column will not take a comma because that's the end. Okay. So rather, you'd have had something like this, to be closed like this. Can you see that? It's closed. So this last one will not take a comma. So if there's any other one again, I'll put a comma. But when I leave a comma here, this thing can give you problem. Okay. So that's your last column will not have your comma there. So based on this, I can now run it. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, so did it work? Did it work?
Yes, it works.
Yes.
So the moment you see this green tick, it means that it worked. So if I want to check this table now, how do I check this table? If I want to check
Select.
if I say show table.
Show table.
Now let's see now. Do we have tables now?
Yes, member info.
Members
So if I want to check what is inside the table now, how do I check the table now?
Select
Start
star
from
LBS.
LBS data.
LBS data.
Tables in LBS.
LBS data club.
LBS data
Dot members info.
Yeah.
LBS what?
Underscore data underscore dot members underscore info.
dot tables. Oh, okay.
Table again. But you know, even if I type select star from members info, will it work?
It should.
Will it work?
Yes.
Yes, it should.
Will it work? Exactly. You see that? So you understand this now, right?
Why will it work? Is it because why will it work? Is it because we already said show table?
Yeah, no, because we have already said
Use. Once you say use, that's
so that means I don't need to call this database already. It's only if I want to now call another table in another database, then I have to call the database name and the table name.
Dr. Francis, then we'll need to populate it, right?
Yes, then I need to populate it. So imagine how you are going to populate it now.
As in there.
So if I want to populate now, what do I do?
That's it.
Now you see there's no, can I be typing here?
No.
Why can't you type now? Am I not typing here? Anyways.
How long will you continue?
How long? But anyway, but let me show you how they normally do it, right? So here, when you want to create your database, so you have created the structure. So what you have done is you have defined it. You have defined the structure of your table, isn't it? Now I want to enter data within the table. So what do I now use? That's where you now use your DML, isn't it? That is what is DML?
Data manipulation.
So either what?
Manipulation.
Insert, update, or what?
Delete.
Delete.
Can you see that? So if I want to enter data inside this now, so how will I do it now? Insert what? Into table. What is the name of the table? What is the name
Member
of the table?
ID. Member ID.
The name of the table.
Info. Members
info, exactly. Enter into table, isn't it? Member info. So now I open brackets. What do I want to see inside? Let me just take it down. You remember your columns? Do you know your columns? You know the name of your columns, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I can also copy this. Copy of this. I can do it this way. Please, so when you are doing your own, type it to type your own. Type your one by one.
Yeah.
But Dr. Francis, we could have as well done this using Excel, then import it
Sorry,
in.
sorry, I can't. Sorry, there's.
Sato mute. Abihu.
Osato?
Hello.
Okay, it's clear now.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
I said we can also import this. Maybe we've done it on Excel and we decide to import it here. Is it also possible instead of doing?
Yes. But I want if you
Or
don't
if
understand,
the lines are too many, that's when there's a problem.
yes, if you don't understand this process, how it's done, then
okay.
Now you have to understand the process first. Okay. So what's the name of the column now? So membership ID, surname, first name, data. So this is it, isn't it? Now I want to enter what now? Values. Enter what? Values. So now enter the list, right? The column names. So I want to enter values now. So what are the values? So open and close that. So what are the values?
001.
So let me enter. So the first one is what?
001.
What is the data type?
Numeric.
It's a text.
It's a text.
Okay, so
yes.
it's a text, yes.
It's a text. So that means I will enter. If it's a text, that means I have to put it in what? I have to enter it in form of what? A what? Quote, or put it in quotation mark because it's a text. But if it's an integer, if I have used int, then I will just type it normally as this thing, as numbers. So anytime you are entering a text, you are going to enter what? You are going to put in what? Quotation mark to show that that is a text.
But I think we use integer.
Did we use integer?
Yes, we did, sir.
Yes, sir, it was integer.
So if it's integer now, then I will just type it. So since that is integer, I will just type it 0001. That is why if I was to type member 001, is that integer or is that a variable character?
It's a variable character.
It's a variable character. Do you see why you must understand your data type?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because how you enter the data determines how you are going to analyze it. All right, can we make progress?
Yes, sir.
So what is the next one?
Surname.
Surname. Surname. What is surname now? Is it integer or variable character?
Variable character.
Variable character.
Variable character. So let's enter my surname. So let's say Oye. Next one is what? First name is not Francis. Isn't it? Now, date of birth. Now, how do you enter date of birth? How do you enter dates? How do you enter your dates?
Day, month, year.
The number and sign.
Date, month, year. So let's say 13th what? Let's say 13th what? Okay, let's say 13th February 1922. 1922.
Oh.
Isn't it? Now, this is how you enter your date normally. The moment you enter your date like this, you'll be having problem. So instead, how it understands it like this. Year is what? 1922. 1922. Month is what? 02.
02.
Day is what? 13. So this is how it understands it.
Okay.
Can you see that? Then I have to put it in what? Inverted or comma. Not like this. So that's why when you see the different DBMS, they may have their own unique way of entering it. But for MySQL, this is how you enter it. Okay. Then what's the next thing? Gender.
So Dr. Francis, that date now, you might have somebody typing something else there. It won't work, right? If it's,
it will give you error now. It will not
give you error.
Allow you.
Okay.
Then what again? States. Let's say Anambra. Then let's say marital status. Single. Let's say phone number. So phone number, what do we use? Was it number?
Text.
Eh?
Text.
was text.
Text.
Variable.
Okay.
Variable character.
So variable character. So 080. Now that's why whenever you are entering, so as database, you know how the data should look like, right? So there should be consistency. Okay. So if this is how you are entering, you enter it throughout. Otherwise, if this is how you want to enter it, +234. Okay. 80275802242. How many characters did we specify?
20.
20.
20. Is this up to will it accommodate?
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
So that means everybody's own will follow this format. You get that? What again is left? Profession.
Yeah.
Accounting.
Cohorts.
Cohorts. Which one? MBA what?
10.
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay. Number 10. All right. Good. So if I am done with that, I can. So my bracket is. Can you see that?
Yes.
So now run. Now let's hope that no error. So run. Did it work? Did it work?
I see it.
Yeah. Yes.
You
Yes, it
check
does.
this. You check this action out here down here. Did it work?
Yes, it
It does.
So now let's
One
run
row
it now.
return.
Yeah. So let's run it now. What do you expect to see?
The data.
Show.
So, what did you do, Dr.
Yes.
I ran this.
Run it.
I ran this
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Select.
Now, do you see why it just showed you one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you use an integer.
Okay.
So you know in Excel now when you type 01, what will show there?
One.
It's just one. But if I had left it as a text, and that's why you cannot just put phone number like that in Excel. Can you see that now?
Yes.
So most time your membership ID would have been what? A variable
text.
character. Yes.
Okay, variable character.
Okay.
Although
You
we
understand
use,
that?
Dr. Francis.
but we use the
Yes.
integer, so that's
Yeah, because we
Is
use
this
integer.
how-
So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Yes, go ahead.
Dr. Francis, is this how we'll be typing one by one?
One by one. We got the glory.
in fact,
But this
it's work
Excel
code.
is better.
Excel
Well,
now,
but
you can just
now you see, now just hold on. I'm just showing you how it's done. Even if you enter it in Excel, right? And Excel, with this one, you have already structured how everything should enter. With this one, there's no mistake. And do you see the pain that you are going through to enter it?
The pain is too much.
So
And
how do you
somebody
expect
goes
someone will
to
just come in and just drop the database? So do you see why security? You see why the security must be very tight? Because imagine this thing you have built for the past 10 years. Yes.
Doctor,
yes.
Is it possible to send like the live Excel that people will just fill it and then it will regroup itself? The information will come as this one.
So first
like
of
a
all,
live Excel, yeah.
So first of all, the way this has already been structured, right? That's how you are going to structure it in that your Excel. So that means they must enter it in this form. If you don't enter it in this, following this rule, like it will not work. It must follow this structure like this. Okay. Now let me show you. So let's enter another one. Let's quickly enter another one. So let's say 2. So what's the person's surname? Call any surname. Eh?
Moses Ojo.
Ojo. Okay.
Ojo Moses.
Ojo.
Moses.
So what year were you born?
1901.
1962.
6. What month? Let's say 15th. Sorry.
Yes, he was born 29th of February.
So what state?
Oyo State.
Oyo State.
August. Is it Ogun or Oyo State?
Anyone. It's okay.
Anyone.
Oyo
All right.
State.
Okay. Oyo State. Married.
Married.
Divorce.
Married. Let's change.
Oh, no, good.
So something like that. Profession.
And it's accounting, no?
It's an analyst.
Data analyst.
Data analyst.
Data analyst. Which cohort?
Member 10.
Number 10. All right.
Engagement.
So run this, isn't it? So go back again. So can you see how it's growing now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So now I can now export this one. Now go straight. Now, somebody was asking, is this how I'm going to be typing?
As in.
So that is why you see this is the back end, right? This is the back end. So sometimes you may not even be there to even connect the data. So you need a front end. So that's why those people that learn web
like
development,
interface.
PHP, interface, they will now do a user interface that they will now type all these things and it will go and store something at the back end. That's MySQL.
That's
So that way when you are learning web development, they will teach you PHP, is it not? With MySQL. So that PHP is like front end, while MySQL is the back end. You get that?
Yes.
And that way again, you can do it. You can save it. You can type all this data in your Excel and import it. But please take note. MySQL does not know who Excel is. So if you just bring an Excel file, you're just wasting your time to work. So you are going to save that your file as a .csv file.
.csv.
So the CSV file, text file.
Okay.
Yes. .csv file. Okay. So that is why it is only a CSV file to import. Do we have any CSV file? Let me quickly.
Yes, sir, you do.
Which one now? And that thing again, you should also take note of. Let me just get this. So that your superstore data, just copy some part out. Just copy some part of the data. Let me just take the first 20 first, because if you want to import this data, it usually takes a very long time. That your super data, if you start it now, if you start importing that data now, you finish maybe by not 8 or 9 p.m. Yeah, so that's another problem with it. Okay, so that's why you now have to look for. So that's where something like, so you see, most of this open source, even when they give it to you free, there's something that they used to hold you. But again, you can also use command line, but I don't know how fast that one will be. Okay, so like something like my Microsoft SQL Server, it will be very fast. Okay, it will be very fast. So we are saving this file now. So let me share the file quickly and show you. So this is the file. Is my screen sharing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the file. I just copied some parts, so that you just pick some. So imagine this is the database, right, for the membership, isn't it? So assume you have created it this way. Okay, so I want to save it. So I must save it as save as. Can you see that? Save as. So I'll put on my desktop. So let me say, what should I, let me call it members. I'll now come here. Can you see your CSV? Can you see comma delimited? Can you see
yes.
CSV?
Yes.
So members, isn't it? I'll save members. Okay. With Microsoft SQL Server, you can easily import an Excel file, but under MySQL you cannot. Sorry, for the person using the SQLite, what format does it take? Does it take all formats? Does it take all formats? Okay, now, so look at this now, right? So I want to put it under this LBS data club. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I will just right click under tables. Can you see under tables?
Yes.
Under tables, I right click there and say table data import wizard. Have you seen it?
Yes.
So I click on it. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Select file to import. So I'm going to select the file. So what's the name of the file? Members. Do you notice I saved it as a CSV?
Yes.
Not Excel.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it there. So I'll go next. So use existing, create new table. So can you see what it's saying? He wants to create a new table called what? Members.
No, where are you? Where's your cursor?
I can't see
Don't
that.
see your cursor.
Hey, you see that what I was asking? Can you see my screen? All right, let me try and share it quickly because I have another session now. Okay, let me share screen. So can you see my screen now?
It's coming up.
Coming up.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
All right, okay, good. So I'll come here, right click and say table input. So imagine I've already saved it in Excel, right? Or you have given them a Google form. They have filled the data in Google form, isn't it?
Yes.
Then we now want to import it now as database. So first of all, we must create that database first. So table data import wizard. I will select the file, isn't it? Members. Okay. Next. Okay. Where am I saving it to now? Do I want to save it in new table or existing table? Can you see that?
Existing table, yes.
So I want it on a new table. So
New table.
A new table. So name members, is it not? So I'll say next. Can you see that? Do you see your field now?
Yes.
Can you see that? So you can come and change any of them there, or just leave it default. So this is data now. Is this data that you want?
Yes.
All right. So next. Next. So it has finished, isn't it? Finish performing task. Next. 20 records imported. Finish. All right. That's all. So I can refresh now. Let me refresh this now. So if I want to select that table, what's the name of that table now? Select what? Start from what?
Membership.
Start from what?
Members.
Members. Is it members?
Members, yes.
Members, yes. So let's run it now. That's it.
So
but
that
you
means-
try.
Okay.
Can you see that? Because it's small, though, but try and import that file and see how it goes.
So Dr. Francis, that means we have to really clean up the file before.
Yes, you
so
must
that
make
we
sure
don't
you
have different formats for different.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys, I have another session I need to join now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
try
you,
and
sir.
Thank
Does
you
this
very
apply
much.
to
Thank you,
those of us
sir.
on Microsoft too? Can we
Thank
use the same
you.
commands too? Can we use the same commands too for those of us on Microsoft?
Yeah, definitely. The same command.
Thank
But
you,
maybe
Doc.
next week I'll show you how to import. Maybe I'll show you how to import it with in Microsoft SQL Server. It's a little bit different, but we accept your Excel file. So maybe what you guys can do, try and create a Google form. Let everybody fill. Right? Then let's see how we can practicalize it and use it in the database. So somebody should create a Google form. Then just share it. Everybody will fill their data, right? They will try and import it inside this.
Come on,
All
send
right,
the
guys.
I think we have something like that already.
Okay, if you have something like that, then continue filling it.
Maybe
Yes.
all right.
All right, bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
All
Francis.
right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Please, can anyone assist me to install my SQL?
Watch that video, the video he sent to us
The
on
video
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
The chat, right?
Yes.
The video is very clear. Just watch. If you have issues,
And follow it step by step.
If you have issues with that video, just contact Vivian.
Because it's upcoming for you.
Here is the assistant professor.
This one is
Contact
no
Vivian. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Moses Ojo,
Bye.
have a great week.
I will catch you.
I